guys, Penadele here with post-commentary, because of course I am. Technical difficulties have been the name of the game for both Episodes 2 and Episode 3. Here we are in Gleeok's Den. And I'm going to, hopefully, take on this this dungeon today. I should, it's fine. So we've got rope. Everybody knows rope, right? Yeah, they run at you. They're usually quite generous. Not that we need it. Yeah, that kind of looks suspicious, doesn't it? Yeah. So, we move on. Ugh, I hate those traps. They take off a full heart if I didn't say so before, and I'm just not good at getting past them. So I like to kill everything before I try, if possible. You can always lure the rope, because of course they will charge you. That's what they're famous for. Get down here. Come on, get... Creep. Ugh. Yeah, that keeps happening too. It didn't happen nearly this much during my, during the test playthrough, so yeah, sorry about that. I don't think it's too disruptive. I hope not anyway. This is the best way to get past those. Unfortunately, we do have to go for that door in the other wall. So, we just wait till one of them, the one right in front of you moves, and that usually gets you through. And so in here we have blue Octoroks. They are just blue Octoroks. Later on, there will be bomb Octoroks. However, J-Man has been kind enough to make bomb Octoroks versus regular blue Octoroks visually distinct. They don't look the same, which you can't always say for J-Man. All of J-Man's bomb Octoroks are purple. And we got a key, and that guy running around, he is a B button bubble or an item bubble. If he hits you, you are temporarily unable to use your B button item. So. And red Octoroks and rope. The usual. And so you see why we had to go in there first, because we wouldn't have been able to do anything if we came up here, and we'd have to go through those stupid traps anyway. Yeah. Pardon me. Okay, so we go up. I have no idea what I was ranting about here. I have no idea what's going on here. Seriously. I think maybe I had a coughing fit. That might be right. Anyway, we've got Gorayas. Or as my dad always used to, or Goriyas. It is almost certainly Goriyas, but it's hard to break a lifetime's worth of habits. My dad always used to joke, they call the wind Goraya. My father was a strange man, but he liked to watch me play Zelda. He's actually the reason he bought me my first video game console, which was a ColecoVision. I am old. And we got the map! I don't know what this place is supposed to look like, if it's supposed to look like anything at all. And we've got gels, and bats, and really annoying traps, as usual. I'm just glad that gels and keys will actually give you crap in this quest, unlike vanilla Zelda. And we got past, 10 rupees. 10 arrows, but obviously we don't need them. And I think you can guess what we're going to get in this dungeon. Yeah. But yes, my dad, he wanted a ColecoVision. This was back before the video game crash of '83, to tell you, how long ago that was. We had Zaxxon, Smurf. His favorite was War Games, which was sort of basically Missile Command with a skin. You played it with the keypad on the joystick, for God's sake. Not my kind of game, obviously. I was 10 when I got my NES, so I was 6 when we were playing? I can't remember. See, in 83, I would have been 5. I turned 5 in 83, so for a good portion of 83, I was 4. So I'm pretty sure we had our ColecoVision before that. So yeah, I was not very old. And so for the next several years, that's what I had. And then the NES came out, and a friend of mine had it at her birthday party, and I got to play the first Legend of Zelda, as a matter of fact, and I was hooked. And now I'm playing video games for the internet. I don't know if my father would be proud or appalled. Probably proud and amused. And we get the arrow! Yes! You'll need a bow. Yeah. But hey, at least we aren't shooting our rupees. I think that was a programming thing in the original, was the reason you had to have a bow, or you had to buy the arrow once to unlock it, but then you just shot rupees. I think that was just to save programming. Oh yeah, and we're kind of low on health, but I thought about F6ing, but I decided I wasn't gonna do that just yet. I'll save cheating like that for the next dungeon, because it's mean. We'll get there. So we come in here. Yep, we've got a bunch of... And I could swear that thing shouldn't have been able to reach me in the door. But it did. Yeah, you are vulnerable to projectiles in the door. That is something about this quest. Not all projectiles, some of them won't make it to the door, but anything that can reach you in a door can hit you if your shield's not up, so keep that in mind. You're still safer because most things can't run over you, but it's not a perfect, place to hide. Now, at least this time we only have to go through one set of traps. Yeah. More of these guys. Ropes, they're very generous with the money. Oh, sure. Now that I don't need health, everybody's giving it to me. I wouldn't have been able to refill. You see those? Yeah, there are refill spots right near the doors, but we can't get to them because we can't use the bow. So we kill everything, and yeah, 10 arrows. That tells you what you need to do in this room. J-Man is very good about doing that with drops. See, we don't have any keys, so obviously we're gonna have to go down. But first we're gonna kill all the Octoroks, mostly just cause. Because Link, like me, has an inexhaustible craving for takoyaki. So first we kill the Octoroks so that we can, actually do the slide puzzle. This one isn't too bad. I remember in the original my original commentary, I was ranting a lot about Isle of Rebirth, which you will never see me play because I am not physically capable of the combat. I mean, I can't even dodge a Gleeok. If you can dodge a Gleeok, you can dodge a ball. But I can't dodge a Gleeok. Well then, yeah. So I'm just looking around, trying to make sure that I don't knock anything into a path that I need. So far, so good. And let's see. This particular puzzle has a couple of solutions. As you can see, like, I'm pushing this over. That one directly below could... you see there are blocks that could go... Most of these buttons have a couple of blocks that could cover them, so... I just sort of... Like this block I'm pushing up, if I hadn't moved that other one into position, I could have used it. Things like that. I don't know about the rest of them. Isle of Rebirth has some really nasty ones that have to be done just one way, and they're really long and complicated. I watched someone else play that, and it's an amazing quest, but yeah, you're never gonna see me do it. And we got a key. You can get hung up. In my test run, I got hung up a couple times on the ladder so bad I had to F6 because I couldn't get out of where I was. I don't know that's a Zelda. That's more of a Zelda classic quest engine, but glitch than this actual quest. But it was still a thing. Oh, well. Come on. I don't know why I did that, but, well. Can't go up, by the way. We can only go to the left. If we go up, we're just going to find ourselves blocked very quickly. And that is, in fact, what I'm checking on right now that I paused. I had to check my map. And we've got Zol. These are our first Zol. They do, in fact, note that they take 2 hits with the sword, which was not the case in the original vanilla game. Unlike vanilla Zelda, you will never be able to kill Zol in one shot. Luckily, that's not a huge issue because unlike vanilla Zelda, gel drop items. That was a thing with vanilla Zelda, is that you wanted to use Zol as farming because they had a really high rate of dropping stuff. But if you turned him into gel, you'd never get anything. And I believe this is our first Dark Nut. We're going to see a lot more of those tomorrow. Boy. 1. Dark Nuts are easier to kill with Slash, but yeah, Dark Nuts especially tend to trigger that stupid, screw you too, dude. Tend to trigger that particular glitch because they change direction so quickly and I try to dodge and then suddenly I'm paused. Yeah, it's annoying, but we got a key, which we will need. Now we gotta kill everybody again. I think this might be our first instance of partial respawn. When you kill everybody in the room and you come back and it's really too early for standard respawn and only half the guys are there, sometimes the more powerful ones even, I don't know. We might have already seen it. My memory is very, very good, but only for things that it wants to be. So yeah, we could unlock those blocks, but we don't have a key, so we can't get out of the room. This place, and it's still better than trying to get the magical boomerang in vanilla Zelda. You guys remember that room in Moon, right? 3 of these assholes, plus 4 statue shooters, and we get our last key. That room always gave me trouble. But hey, we got what we needed done. Okay, so at first I thought, oh, we can either go left or we can go up, it doesn't matter. And then I realized that no, while there's no keys or locks, we do still have to go up because to get what's left, we need what's up. Doc. Luckily, we can just kill all the gel and bombs. Is that what we need? No, but it is a clue. As I will also say in episode 3, J-Man is really good at using drops as clues. I think I already said that in this episode too. So kill the gorillas. I always take my cues for how to pronounce an enemy name if it's not obvious or said aloud from the Japanese name, assuming it's the same name. They do change things like likes. Their name is actually like Pakun. No, not Pakun. It's something like, I don't know. It's something but it's completely different. Likes is from a weird translation. I don't know why they call them like really. They make up a proverb that in the Japanese it's something about like even water bugs have tastes, which means like, basically everybody's got different tastes. But if it's roughly the same name, I go by the Japanese pronunciation, which should be Goriya. And that's why the baths really are aches instead of Aki, even though I look at that and think Aki because ache doesn't sound interesting enough. So yeah, we've got 2 regular Goma. Well, mostly regular. We did hit those guys. well, we hit the one guy twice. Yeah, unlike actual Gomas in Zelda 1, these guys take 2 arrow shots. But we dodged well enough, and we got the boss key. And I thought we could go back, we could F6 if we wanted, but actually, there's no real reason to. We're very close to where we need to be, so I just walked back. I'm thinking of something here. I think I'm checking my map, possibly again about whether or not F6ing is a plan. And we kill all the bats, using what I believe Romithril has sometimes referred to as the bat clearance device. I love that guy. If you like funny commentary, very kind, doesn't swear at all, so certainly not nearly as much as I do. He's, thoughtful and funny. I would check him out. He's having a rough time right now, poor guy. And he's one of those things that's helped me. He's a person who's helped me through a lot of dark times, just because listening to him is so soothing. So, really, I'd go check him out, and if you've got anything to spare, you might want to throw him some money on his PayPal or his Patreon, because he's going through some rough times right now. I don't know what I was doing in the actual playthrough. Possibly trying to figure out if I could bomb through the wall? I don't think so. And we're back. Now, you can see those things, those statues, you know what you have to do, because it's a standard Zelda tactic. See an eye? Shoot the eye with an arrow. Or a slingshot. Unless you're in Skyward Sword where you have to do a stupid motion gimmick. But for the most part, it's see the eye, shoot the eye. Alright. And we heal up. And we go through the door. To face the Gleeok, because, there's Gleeok. This is a 2-headed Gleeok, a standard vanilla 2-headed Gleeok. You can tell because it's only firing 1 fireball at me. In level 3, we will face a 2-headed Gleeok that fires 2 fireballs at once. To get that to happen, what you do is you take 2 1-headed Gleeoks and paste them over each other. Because for every body the Gleeok has, it will fire 1 fireball at a time. This is also how Zelda Classic people make those ridiculous 20-headed Gleeoks. The 20-headed Gleeok is 5 4-headeds, probably, and you're getting hit with 5 fireballs at a time. You could, yeah, I managed, barely. You could hit it with, you could have 21-headed Gleeoks, but A, that'd be a lot of work, B, I think that would be against the Geneva Convention. Yeah. And might, in fact, overload the system, all those fireballs at once. This isn't a Toho game. Alright, so we finished that, so we're gonna head to level 3. I think. Yeah. We've got, pardon me, a certain amount of time left, specifically 10 minutes. So I decided we would head to, level 3. I'm just looking around at my map. I'm checking my map to see if there's anything like a heart piece or anything in the area that I need to get. No. There's nothing we can get until almost after level 3, or at least, partway through level 3. I really need to use my boomerang more. I don't know why I don't. Especially after so long playing original Zelda, where it was like, hit everything with your boomerang. Boomerang all the things! Since getting diagnosed with ADHD, I have to say, hyperbole and a half really hits home a lot more than it used to. So now that we have the arrow, we can... Yes! There's another eye to shoot out. Link and his Red Rider BB gun. Pardon me. This is Laru Village, not Laruba Village. This isn't Chrono Trigger. A lot of odd things have been happening in this town since the Darknuts showed up. So we come this way and we see... Yeah, it's just a locked gate. Keep that in mind for later, it will be useful. we come in here. Ring shop! Yes, yes you may. And I'm going to pick up the level 1 heart ring. Yay! And these two screens, this one and this one, are the best place to grind for money. Oh my god. Just don't walk into the dark nut. Any items here that interest you? Yes. 1 cheap shield. But more importantly, that's the enemy bait. Isn't it adorable? I picked it up just to have it. Because otherwise, at the end of the game, you've got a weird hole in your inventory and you're wondering, what did I miss? Well, you missed the enemy bait. It's not like Hyrule's Resurrection, where it's actually really useful against those stupid bugs. It's just no more or less useful than it is in, vanilla Zelda here. But yeah, look, I am almost up to enough to buy the level 3 mana regen. And you kind of do want to do that even though you don't have any mana right now, because you will soon, and you will need it. It's actually quite useful. So you might as well buy the mana regen ring now. Charge ring will be useful too, eventually, but we'll get that later. Yeah. That's what that is, the level 1 charge ring. We will get the spin attack eventually. East, Darknut's Fortress. And that is our next area. Do I wind up looking around? That's been a while. Stop falling in the water, you idiot! Yeah, that time I just wanted to... Okay, so we head down here, and this is important. Good tips on a few secrets. No, actually, because I paid for them on another run. And you do not have to pay for them either, because I'm going to cut them in here for you. So we will go over those in a second. Her secret we're about to deal with that. Rumors of a bunch of thieves in the mountains who carry big wallets. That will be useful after level 4. And a swordsmith resides to the south, but the door is only open to playing music. That will be useful in the middle of level 3. You know what we need, obviously, that we need the ocarina. That's how you play music in these games. And, not to spoil, but level 3, one of its items is the ocarina. That giant boulder needs a super bomb. Yes, they're in this game. And we kill more Octoroks. Yes. I would like takoyaki again. I mean, I don't miss it quite as much as I did now that I've had it again. I'd forgotten how good the mayo is. You know what that is, a mysteriously silent old woman. That's a potion shop. We could get the letter right now, and honestly, looking at my performance in the next episode, we probably should have, but, well, crap happens. So, we go this way. See that white tree? Yeah, we're gonna need the red candle to take it out. And we don't have that yet. Can you guess what we get in this what the other item we get in this dungeon is? Yeah, I knew you could. I'm just dark nuts. Dark nuts, man. I do like how there are dark nuts on the walls. What's really interesting is some of them are actual enemies and some of them are background sprites. So we come along here, because of course we checked that thing out, and it said, yeah, can't get that heart piece anytime soon. Here we are in the passageway. And this place is pretty straightforward, so I didn't bother mapping it. I don't think it even has a map. I mean, an in-game map. I keep meaning to go back and, grab the map from level 1, but, yeah, I keep forgetting. I hate those gel, the way they explode at you. Okay, so, by now, I mean, you know what to do. I think this is this like Hyrule Castle music? Hyrule Castle sewer music from Link to the Past? I don't know. I'm not good. Some music I can, level 3's music I will be able to recognize perfectly well because it's from one of my favorite games of all time. Other music, not so much. Kill that guy and just leave that Octorok. There's no real reason to. We are going to have to kill all these guys, so start at the top and work our way down. Try not to get hit with a thrown rock. And those gel can explode in very strange directions, so just try and stay try and make sure you're hitting the Zol just with the tip of your sword. That will, and then pull back as soon as the thing explodes. And we've got another sliding puzzle. Yeah, this one is pretty simple. More simple than the one in level 2, honestly. All you have to do is just, be absolutely 900% certain that you're not blocking anything off when you push stuff. There's one in level 8 that is actually really, it's not difficult, but it's harder than it looks. You'll get, you'll start pushing happily and then you'll go, oh crud, I blocked myself off. And so you'll go, okay, let's not do that. And then you'll realize you blocked yourself off a different way. It actually took me like 3 or 4 tries. You just, have to be, luckily, you can always go in and out. They're not hard to reset. And you only have to do it once. That's really nice. Alright. Yeah, does this look suspicious? Well, it should. Thank you so much, Aru J-Man, for telling me about this. Because I looked everywhere with a certain artifact, but I didn't think to look in this dungeon. So, yeah. That is one of the pieces of heart I missed. Unfortunately, I'm still only at 43, but I might know where the 44th is. But we won't know until later in the game, so... And we get a key, yay. Yeah. I don't know what I was checking at this point. Maybe I was checking that heart piece off on my checklist. Games like this, I always print out checklists. Because I can generally remember where things are, but not that well. And here we are. Sometimes those two guys, those two actual enemy Darknuts will spawn up on the ramparts. Remember this pond for later. It looks suspicious, doesn't it? I love this place. You can grind so much. And if you hit that, we can go in and out and not have to deal with that passageway again, which is very nice. But that's also part of why I completely forgot that passageway existed and didn't check it. So here we are with Darknut's Fortress, some of my favorite music ever, because it's from Aria of Sorrow, Castle Corridor. I'm gonna have to mess with the sound balance here, I think. So, with all of that done, I think we're gonna call it here. And I will see you guys tomorrow for taking on most of level 3. So, yeah. I gotta say, I love this music so much. So, thank you guys for joining me for Let's Play Royaldarkness Remastered, and I will see you next time. Have a great evening. Goodbye.